Hey guys, so a few weeks ago, I was invited to the launch event of a brand that I'm collaborating with over my Instagram. By the way, if you're not following me over there, please do. The theme of the event was a touch of red. I didn't really have anything that was fitting for the event, so I decided to make something. If you want to see how I made this cute corset top, keep watching. So first things first, I printed out my PDF pattern and then I cut out the pieces. This is a free pattern by Kiana Bonollo. I'll leave a link in the description below if you're interested. I then went on to cut out the pieces from my fashion fabric and my lining fabric before I started sewing. I started out by putting together the bra cup pieces. I just had to be very careful with the sewing and take it as slow as possible because these parts are very curved. As you can see there, the pieces that attach to the bra cups are also very curved, so I just had to make sure that I pin everything in place before actually sewing to ensure that everything lines up. Once I was done with the first piece, I just had to summon some magic to complete the other piece. And here you see me just ensuring that I've got the right pieces facing the right way. This is very important. I put together all of the fabric pieces as per the instruction, and on this part I've already attached the lining and ironed everything down. I even have interfacing. However, I made such a mistake with my lining. As you can see on the part there, right there, it's not lining up. I did not want to take this apart and redo it. I thought I would just fix it by removing a little bit of the fashion fabric and just making it, a little bit curvier. And yeah, that was a mistake. It wouldn't have taken me that long to fix that part. I just needed to just cut a new piece and redo it, but I didn't, and I live to regret it. This part I am just sewing the boning channels and then top stitching the top of the top. By the way, did I mention that this is my first time working with boning? I just looked up, instructions on how to do it best, and cut it down to size, burnt the edges off to ensure that it doesn't poke through the fabric, and ensured that I left enough space at the bottom to sew the bias binding. I was lucky enough to find bias binding that matches my fabric perfectly. I then went on to make my grommets. Also my first time doing this. A lot of trial and error, a little bit of help from the housemate, but in the end I think it kind of worked out, except for the last hole. You have to ensure that you get a very snug fit around your eyelet thingamajig. So your hole can't be too big. It needs to be just big enough to be tight around the eyelid. And I cut away a little bit too much fabric with my last hole, so that and the lining fabric that I made at the very beginning really cost me a lot, and for that reason I'm gonna make this top again, because the quality was compromised because of those two mistakes. But we move. This is what the top looked like. I decided to take the bias binding, folded it in half and sewed it down and I laced up the top with it. I could have used a ribbon for this, but this also works. In the end, I really love this top. I'm proud of my work. I have to keep in mind that this was my first time trying this kind of project, but it worked out almost perfectly if it wasn't for those 2 mistakes. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be making more sewing videos. Please let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this type of content. Thank you. Bye.